Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy, Carl, just be talking for real. Back at it with another one. Today, I'm going to be talking about some characters I want to see come to Marvel Rivals. I'm just going to be doing 3 from each role, so only 9. I have a huge list I'm looking at right now of all the characters I'd like to see, but I had to really lower it down just to a few. If you guys like this video, I might consider making another one. But with that said, I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to be starting here with the Vanguards. Now, the first one is going to be War Machine. This one might not be too much of a surprise. I'm probably going to put him on the thumbnail. But come on now, everybody wants War Machine. Gotta have him in here. He's one of my favorite Marvel characters. He needs to be in Marvel Rivals. Now, few things I want to address with him, and I'm not going to go too much into the details of every single ability I want him to have and all of that kind of a thing. And that'll be for all the characters. I'm not a game dev. I know I'm about to make some stupidly broken characters, so I'm not even going to attempt it. What I will say, though, is some things that I think would be cool to see with each of these characters. And, you got to see the minigun. I think he should have some sort of flight capabilities, but I don't think he should be flying the entire time. I have a lot of characters in here that have the potential to fly, so I think that really maybe something more like kind of what Star-Lord has could be cool. Or he could be still kind of floating, but still in range of melee characters and things like that. I don't think he should be permanently flying. I think there's going to be too many flyers in the game if they keep doing that kind of a thing. All right, but anyway, he would be a great tank. Somebody that has some more range. We need some more ranged tanks. Somebody that has just the pure aura and all of that. He needs to be in the game. Next up, this one might be a little bit of a surprise, but I had to go with that boy Ronin. Ronin just got so much aura, he needs to be in the game. And he got the Power Stone with that hammer. I don't know the name of the hammer, but he just got to be up in the game. I think he has some really cool potential to be a really good kind of melee Vanguard. But at the same time, he can absorb some of that damage he's taking with the Power Stone and kind of unleash it. I think he has a lot of really cool potential. They should definitely add him. I haven't seen a lot of people talking about Ronin. I don't know exactly what they would do with him, but I got faith in the devs. They can work it out and make him a really fun character. Next, if you guys can't catch it already, I do like my Guardians of the Galaxy, so I gotta go with the boy Drax. Come on now. Now I think Drax could be kind of more of a melee kind of a tank, or a very one-on-one style tank, just kind of Thor is. He wants to go and find a 1v1, and he's gonna win that 1v1. I think that he should be almost like Thor, but just very, very melee focused. Not having too much health, but having enough health to still be a Vanguard, of course. But he's going to be somebody, I think, that's going to be looking for those off-angle kind of 1v1s, ideally probably against DPS. If you can go find an enemy Hela or something, he could absolutely be going off. I think he could have dive potential, but I think he shouldn't have that much health. I don't think he should have a bunch of shields and stuff like that, because there's already too much of that in the game, and we don't need another Venom. All right. But I also think it would be cool if they added a bleed effect to his blades. I think that would be something that would be really tight, and they should definitely consider doing that. I think that could be another cool effect that they could add to the game. Something to make him a little bit unique, because we are starting to get a lot of melee Vanguards, so they need to do something to make him a little bit different. He should also have just the Drax no fear going in, almost some jumps or something kind of similar to Hulk, but not necessarily the same. Things like that I think would be absolutely dope. They need to add these characters to the game. Next up, we got the Duelists. Gotta start off with that boy Cyclops. Come on now, everybody knows that this one was coming. I'm honestly very surprised he's just not in the game already, and not on launch. Gotta be one of my favorite X-Men. They need to add him in here with the laser. It'd just be too cool. And there's a lot of things that they can do with the laser. I was actually doing a little bit of research before this, and I didn't know that he could use the laser from his beams almost to fly, or to stop himself from falling. So that would be something that could be pretty cool. He might be able to use those as a way of jumping up, something similar like that, right, to get some good positioning. And of course his ults is going to be an overcharged beam blast. They need to add him. He's just too cool. You will see it might be a lot of extra pollution going on in terms of what you're seeing on your screen, a whole lot of beams everywhere. But that's just Marvel Rivals. That's just the game. You're gonna get overstimulated. You gotta embrace it. Next up, gotta round out the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like I was saying, I'm a big Guardians of the Galaxy fan. Honestly, in terms of like the Marvel teams, they're my favorite team. So gotta rock with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Gotta throw Gamora in there. Come on now. I know it's another DPS with a sword. I chose this picture specifically because I like that she has the gun as well, and that's something that I think people tend to forget about. Is that Gamora, she ain't afraid to keep that blicky on her. You know what I'm saying? She gonna do whatever it takes. She is a daughter of Thanos. You know, there's no mercy at her. She's just gonna do whatever it takes for real. So if she gonna keep both of them on her, and I think she should be a kind of a DPS. That's again, you're gonna be looking for those 1v1s, kind of similar to Drax. She's gonna be looking for 1v1s against your Hellas, against your Hawkeyes. Maybe not too much of a dive. I think she should have the potential to dive, but I think she should just be looking honestly to be taking on those 1v1s. It would also be cool if they could add some sort of like abilities for her to help in like some anti-dive. I don't know exactly how they would do that. Again, devs, you guys got that. I know you got that. And just like the overall really fast nature of her. I was playing Magic the other day. Magic, you know, she has a couple abilities that give her some movement, but she's honestly pretty slow. So I think that they could add Gamora and have her be like super agile, really fun to play. I think she would be a great character to add to the game. Let me get a quick sip of water real fast. All right, for sure. Feeling a little better now. Next up, we got the boy Black Bolt. All right, now Black Bolt, come on now, he needs to be in the game. This man got way too much aura, and they did him way too dirty in the MCU for him to not be in this game. Now he is another potential flyer, right? So I think he should move, or his flight should be kind of similar to like Star-Lord's. I mean, of course, it's not going to be coming out of his like feet, right? But he should have like flight like on the cooldown, and it's instead of him just like hovering everywhere, it's like he flies really fast, but then he gets to the spot and he's done. I think that would be better for the game. It's also a lot of really cool potential just with like the sound waves. I could already imagine how dope his ult would be. It could maybe even be kind of like a Scarlet Witch ult where if you just don't get out of it in time, you're just dead. And that would be very like on brand for the character of Black Bolt. I think I don't know how they would do it in terms of like if he's ranged or how close he needs to get, that kind of a thing. He might end up being honestly like a little bit of an easier character, but you know, that's all right. You know, your boy could definitely use that. So like I'm not gonna complain. But they should definitely add him. I think he'll be a lot of fun in this game. Now, last of all, we got the strategist. Okay, the strategist. I'm a strategist main. We need some love. All right, we need to see some more characters that people care about. You know what I'm saying? You know, Luna Snow, that's my main. You know, but who the hell knew who Luna Snow was before this game released? Let's just keep it real. Who knew who Cloak and Dagger was? Let's just keep it real. Come on now. Who know who these characters were before the game released? So we need some more big name characters here. So I'm going to start off with Gambit, which might be a surprise. A lot of the concept art I was seeing online has him as a duelist. But I think there's potential to absolutely make him as a strategist. I mean, his cards, you can just have like one of his cards just does healing. It can just be on a cooldown, something like that. Almost kind of similar to Adam Warlock. And then he still has some DPS potential as well. I think that could absolutely be something that they do with him. I think that he could be used very well in that way. And then he could have a card that does, you know, damage, healing at the same time. Something like that. That's kind of a separate issue with strategists, is that they do need to find some kind of ults that aren't just big circle of healing. They need to do other things as well, because it does kind of feel like you're throwing if you pick somebody that doesn't have one of those kind of ults. So they need to kind of figure that out. But again, that sounds like the dev's problem. I'm not going to figure that out. I'm not a dev. They got that. Next up, we got Green Goblin. Now he kind of looks like a menace in this picture. He's very on brand. But I think he should absolutely be a strategist as well. I'm seeing a lot of DPS concept art online. I think he should be a strategist. Why can't he have a pumpkin bomb that heals allies? Why can't he do that? I feel like that wouldn't be anything too crazy. And again, with his kind of jetpack, rocket, whatever thing this is right here, I don't know exactly what that is, but I think that should be something that's on a cooldown, mainly more used for like movement rather than consistently flying. Because if we were to go through and all of the characters that we've had so far, and I'll tell you right now that the next character is going to be a flyer too. We'd have 1, 2, 3, I think 4 new flyers in the game. then what are you supposed to do if you're playing like a Magic, or if you're playing? I guess the thing can kind of do something about it now. But if you're playing like Groot, what are you really supposed to do? You're just kind of vibing. So I think he should also be another flyer that just has it on a cooldown, mainly for repositioning, for escaping. I think he has a lot of really good potential. I think they should absolutely add him. And it would be great to see some more villains in here as well. Now, finally, we got Vision. Now, Vision, I'm honestly like, when I was doing the research for the game, I was like, I'm very surprised that he's not already in the game. He's a fan favorite. Everybody loves Vision. He needs to be in the game. He needs to be in as a strategist. You can use the beam on his head just for the healing. And, I mean, I think, again, he shouldn't be, like, consistently flying. I think it would be cool if he's kind of, like, hovering. But he's hovering just on the ground. And even, like, any melee can Iron Fist and come up and start punching him. You know, anybody can just come up and start punching him, like... but then he could have an ability, maybe something kind of similar to Doctor Strange, where he kind of floats up to get away. Could be kind of cool, but maybe with a little bit more kind of speed. I think that would be really nice, but not just another consistent flyer. I also don't know what they would do for his ult. I guess they could do some sort of like overpowered, like a uni beam kind of a thing that goes through and heals allies and damages enemies. That could be something that they could do. I think that would be a lot of fun. But anyway, these are kind of the 9 characters I ended up picking. I have a lot of more characters I was thinking of. But these are the ones I ended up going with. They're kind of a lot of big names. People know most of these characters. But I have some others that are more obscure, but I wanted to go with my favorites first, so that these would be the characters I'd want to see the most. Also, shout out to all the artists. I did not link them, but thank you all for your art. I did not make any of this, so I'd like to give them the credit for that. Let me know what you think of these characters, who else you'd like to see in the game, if you want to see another video. But all right, with that said, your boy's out of here.